All right, all right. Can somebody please tell me why did I try to change up something right before the event? No idea. But hello, hello. I will have comments up in 1 second. It is Sunday, July 14th, and I'm super excited to have everyone here today. Whether I have one person or whether I have 100, we're going to have a lot of fun. So welcome to the cross stitch conversion event with myself, Bling It Up, and Tia from Tia's Crazy Craft Addiction. So you guys hold tight. I'm going to get comments rolling. All right. I'm a few minutes late. So I know, sometimes when people get late, people don't understand if they're going to still have the event or not. But we are going to still have the event. And I'm going to go into Facebook right now and I'm going to put the new link in. So hopefully we can get some folks in. So I see some folks rolling in. QV McCray, how are you? How are you? All right, let me bring Tia on because Tia, Princess Tia, is the co-host of the event. So I'm super excited to pair up with Tia on this one. So everybody hold tight. How are you, Mutt Nuts? Judith, Sarah, hold on 1 second. I'm going to bring Tia in. All right, Tia, welcome.
Hi. How are you?
Welcome to the party, Tia. I am good. Let me just get my screen set up because I can see everything but the right thing. There we go. Now I can see StreamYard. How is everyone on this wonderful Sunday? 100 degrees in Virginia. What?
That's hot.
Ooh, that's beyond hot. 100 degrees. Hey, Robin, how are you?
Robin.
100 degrees. All right, guys. So I got a bunch of stuff around me. Bunch of stuff. All right. So I'm going to attempt to hopefully give you guys some tips and tricks as we start this cross stitch conversion event. All right. We're going to give everybody a few minutes. Again, we have Princess Tia with us. Tia has her crown on. I know she has her scepter. And I'm waving my magical dust all around everyone. As everyone comes in. Slight headache. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Mutt Nuts. You know what? I haven't checked to see what the weather is here. Let me take a quick peek at 4:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let me take a quick peek of the weather. How about Tia? I don't even want to ask you what the weather is by you.
It's chilly because we're heading into our monsoon season. Monsoon, that means that we flash flood and have rain, heavy rain for like 20 minutes. And it's so much rain that it causes flooding. It'll stop, but then a few hours will go by and it'll start again. And it does that for anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Every July going into August, we do hit a slowdown in the weather. So we just came off of like 6 or 7 days of 118-degree weather. And yesterday it was down to like 109 or something. And it's currently.
You said, wait a minute, you said down to 109?
Yeah.
Did everybody hear that? She said it's down to 109.
It's a big difference between 118 and 109. So there was a lot of reprieve, and then it started raining yesterday. It started raining about 4:30, 5 o'clock. Right. I went to Red Rock Canyon. So it's up in the mountains and everything is all like red and cream colored. It's a real pretty, drive up in the mountains. And so then when we come down, I'm in cooler weather, but that's when it started raining.
Let me tell you.
I'm in Nevada, Judith. So Phoenix is about 3.5, 4 hour drive from here. And Phoenix is usually 2 to 3 degrees warm. So I can't imagine what their weather has been.
I will tell you guys, I have to say this. I went to a conference in Arizona, and that was not last year, the year before. So 2 years ago. When I got off the plane, it was 11-ish p.m. Phoenix time, and it took my breath away. It was like 110 degrees at 11 o'clock at night. I couldn't believe it. And not only that, so I went to this conference and we stayed at a Marriott, beautiful Marriott. is on a golf course, all this good stuff. I had to speak at an event. It was 118, and I went outside and turned around and came back in.
Yeah. Yeah, that means that it's extremely, extremely hot. But it gets up to, in Arizona, it gets up to like 121.
Yeah, it was crazy. And it was a different kind of hot. I don't know where everybody lives, but it was a different kind of hot for me, to the point where you sweat from the inside out. Like, I couldn't keep myself cool. And that was the first day. The second day I didn't go out. And when everybody went out to golf, I was like, yeah, I'll see y'all later. Never came back.
You got to go out early in the morning. Like, you have to get out there about 5:30. And you're done by 9.
It was nuts.
9 to 10, somewhere around there. You can't golf after that.
No,
Fishing, same thing. Even though it's cool air coming off the water, if you are here or in Arizona and you're going to do some sort of, creek fishing, you'll be done by 9, no later than 10 a.m.
Yeah, no, it was bad. So let me go to the chat and say hello to everyone, and then we'll just talk about our whole cross stitch conversion event. So let's see. QV McCrae, Sarah, Muttnuts, Judith, Robin Pennington, because I know we got another Robin in here. Hello, hello, hello. Brian, All Things Crafty, Elliot, Brian. How are you, Brian? Good to see you. Good to see your picture on the screen. Hey, Brian. We have Sarah. Let's see, Muttnuts. We said hello. We have the other Robin, the puzzler. How are you, Robin? Let's see, Sharon Rodriguez. How are you, Sharon? So glad. Oh, you brought your son home from the hospital. I hope he's doing well. And you're waiting for your canvas to come in the mail. Which canvas did you get? Let us know. Let us know. Muttnuts, we said hello. Muttnuts again. Blunts and Gems. Hey, Sam. Hey, Sam. Thanks for coming. Down South Stitcher. Danielle. How are you, Danielle?
Sweet.
There you go. There you go. Judith, I think. Did I have Judith at the? Yeah, I had Judith at the top. Let's see. Anybody else new? So as new people roll in, Linda, how are you? We will say hello. Sue Bell, how are you, my friend Sue? How are you? How are you? We got Sue Bell in the house. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I got to go grab my iPad, but I'm going to wait for that. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about this cross stitch conversion event. Number one, it's going to be quite lengthy. It's 12 weeks. And the reason why it's lengthy is because cross stitch conversion takes some time. Right? Whether you're doing a mini or a full size, I wanted to just have a nice laid back event where we don't have to rush, where amongst friends, we can share our tricks and tips and all that good stuff as we progress through this journey. And Tia and I have been talking about a cross stitch conversion event since last year. And I'm super excited that 2024 is here, July 14th for that matter. And we can kick this thing off because I'm really looking forward to getting into a groove, trying to find a groove, complete it. It uses for me, it uses a totally different part of my brain when I'm sitting down looking at a pattern and a blank canvas. And I want to do a HAID. I have 3 HAID patterns that I purchased, not to cross stitch needle and thread, but to actually do a cross stitch conversion. So I will lead up to that. Oh, Sue got her canvas. That's great. And Sharon, we're going to talk about those HAIDs and Spring Dreaming. Woo! Is that one of those Max ones? Because they got some big ones there. But I want to lead up to that. So I figured, let me start with a small one. I want to start with something that's not going to take me too much time to get the canvas, too much time to get the drills, etc. So I decided to go with a Jaded Gem Shop. And the reason why I did that is because early last year, I stumbled on Jade's channel and I noticed, actually she was packaging or getting ready to move from one location to another. And she had drills from like floor to ceiling around her room. And she was packing them up. And it intrigued me. And I went and looked at her site and I saw that she had cross stitch conversions. I also saw that you can email her your HAID pattern and you can get a blank canvas and drills from her. And I was like, oh, I like that. So it made me search around on her site. And when I did that, I came up on a cross stitch conversion section on her site. And it had ones where she actually had the full kit, meaning the pattern, she emails it to you, the canvas, blank canvas, and the drills, they come in a box to you. And then she also had, I'm going to call it, I don't know if it's a collab, but I'm going to call it a collab. She was partnering with, they're called Creatively Stitching on Etsy now. It was creatively crafting when I first downloaded my pattern mini princesses. And I was one of those folks that missed all the Diamond Art Club Mandy Manzano princesses because I came into diamond painting after those paintings were released. So a lot of the friends in the community that I talk to, like Tia, and she'll probably talk about it, and Berta and others, they have those canvases. So I was like, oh, that's a way for me to get it. So I ordered Princess Tiana. And when I ordered Princess Tiana, here's a picture of her. And this is art by Mandy Manzano. So it's licensed. The pattern is licensed through Creatively Crafting, which is here. And I'll link all this in the description when it gets uploaded into YouTube. So I went out and I said, oh, I purchased a pattern. It was on sale. I think I paid about $12 for it. And I went and I ordered the kit from Jaded Gem Shop. And it came in a box like this. So I was like, hey, that's a pretty, decent way to start. And in this box, I received a sticker sheet, which just gives me numbers in DMC and number of drills. I also received another sticker sheet that gave me the symbols, DMC number, and the actual name of the color of the drills. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I got a blank canvas. And remember, this is a mini. You can also buy the full size panel. So here it is. If I stand up from head, I guess stomach area, you can say. All right. So that's about, I don't know, I can measure it, but I'm going to say 24, maybe 2 feet, maybe a little smaller. And I was like, that's doable. I think that's doable. And I said to myself, I'm going to have an event and we're going to go through tips and tricks as we do it. So before I actually go through some tips and tricks, I'm going to pass it over to Tia so she can talk to you guys about what she got for her cross stitch conversion. Take it away, Tia.
I just went through the same thing because my son was extremely interested. He did our little pre-session with us, but hopefully, he's going to be coming back. He had a lot of questions. So I said, just watch the show. Anyway, I got the same box. I went to Jaded Gem Shop as well. Now, at the time, there weren't as many, because we've been talking about this since last year. Sometime September, I bought my kit in October. So we've known for a while that we wanted to try and do cross stitch. There are more options now, but at the time, there weren't a lot of options. So I'll show you guys my picture in a moment, but I just wanted to show you, you guys have all been teasing me about, my completions and things. And my canvases that I work are huge. So they're usually like 60 by 80 and things. So it was my goal to try and start something a little bit smaller. So I think this is 30 by 40 or vice versa. But I just wanted to do something just rather small, not too big, although we are giving a lot of time, 12 weeks, which is something I think I'll probably need. I definitely didn't want to, just take on too much. So it's a diamond painting, but why you see the grids and stuff is because it is coming from a cross stitch pattern. And so one of the things that when I came back to cross stitch, I started cross stitch in 1983. So that was quite a while, returning. I started looking in about 2017, 2018 for new cross stitch patterns. And there was so much out there. When you're shopping for cross stitch, diamond painting started to be associated with it. And so I said, what's this? And I ended up like, oh, let me try that. And starting back on diamond painting. So around 2021, I decided to come back and there was so much new items. So one of my first tips, if you're interested, is to determine how you are going to, do your conversion. Are you going to use paper, which you can download and print the paper items and you can kind of count over and things like that. Or you can use digital pattern keepers. For lack of a better word, there is a pattern keeper that's called Pattern Keeper. But you can also use Goodreader. If you have an iPad, you can do Mark Pro. Mark, let me just look at it, and then
I think it's Markup XP.
Pro Markup XP.
That's right.
I paid for it, and that was it. So there are free, iterations, but I wanted to have all of the options and things. And so what it does is it allows you to just kind of tap on your screen and things. I found it was a little bit better, although I come from the paper background because that's all we had, 83, 85, 89. So that's true. Markup Pro is for Apple users. Goodreader is available on Android and Apple. And then Pattern Keeper, although I hear that there's a version that's supposedly have come to Apple, but a lot of people with like Android devices, they use Pattern Keeper. So great information. But what I did was I got my order. Now I ordered a complete kit. At the time, there were options where you were just getting the blank canvas and you were going to get this. This is their sheet for the actual DMC numbers. And I just wanted to, I'm hoping that you're able to see them. So it comes already with the numbers on it. Obviously, you would use them to kit up. I did order a complete kit. And when you order a complete kit, it comes with the diamonds. So you don't have to kind of shop through and pick out the items on each one. Some of the incomplete kits, you'll find your own diamonds. But I still went through, and I'm going to show you the picture in a second, but I still went through and kind of pulled out from my bling where I want to bling at. So if you guys, most people know that Rochelle is a blinger. I started off a few years ago blinging, and the reason behind that is I like customizing. I like making the patterns my own, specific to my little personality. Anyone that's known me for a while, you guys know I like glitter, I like sparkles, and I like butterflies. So I try and spoil myself every chance I can because I think I did a good job raising the kids. And now that they are off my check, almost off my check, I can buy the things that I want to buy. So the only thing else that I needed, I already had a few of these around, is the storage system. So I decided, because when these first came out, these tall, square, tic-tac containers, just like with any new product that comes out, everyone was testing them against their favorite. And some of the things that people were saying were that they thought the lids were flimsy. But after a while, the Harbor Freights get flimsy also. So I said I'll give it a try. I had two of these. While I did do a review on them in the past, I've never used them. So I felt like this is a great opportunity. I only have 28 colors on this, and there's 32 bottles. So I could take everything right with me. I want to go in the living room. I got a craft room that I'm trying to put together. It'll be easy to carry.
There we go.
Hi, Anita. So one of the things that I want to do is real quickly show you guys my picture. Bear with me while I get all of this information for you. And hopefully this is the picture that I will be working. So there's going to be some customization because, some of the items are going to be removed. Obviously, you guys know how I feel about butterflies. So I'm going to highlight and definitely bling up some of the butterflies. The language, it came with the pattern and stuff. So I'm going to see if I can convert, I think I would like this to say, sparkly me or something, I don't think I'm dumb. So something that kind of represents me a little bit more, but that's, where I'm kind of hoping to go with that. But it is cute, right, Judith? It is cute.
I love it. It's cute. It's cute.
And so, there's always an opportunity, especially in a cross-stitch conversion, to where you can change around wording and things. So I didn't let that deter me from picking it up. I'm just going to create something that I feel speaks to me. Anybody out there that knows me, you guys can drop suggestions in the chat, and I would be good with that. So Muttnut, Robin Pennington, Brian, You guys know me the longest probably in here. So Sweets is out there. If you guys can think of something, obviously I'll be looking to kind of convert that because I wanted to represent me.
I love it. And I want to say a few things about Markup XP because I have been using it. Although I have not completed a project with it. I'm one of those people that like to research before I do things. So I've had Markup XP for some time. And the one thing you can do as well, which I will be using is, because I do bling, I'm going to try not to bling so much on this one that I don't get it done within, the time period that we have laid out. But you can change the DMC. So I might have a symbol that I want to change it to a different color. You have that option in Markup XP to change it. So you know how you might be tracking your bling on the side. I'm going to track it within Pattern Keeper. So if I change a color, let's just say it's, I don't know, Crystal 444, and I want to make it Crystal 424 AB, I can actually change that. So I'm looking forward to some of the perks that, Markup XP gives you. And I'm going to go run and get my iPad and I can show you guys a couple things, because the one thing I do want to mention is with Markup XP, you can actually import a PDF file. You can import a picture of a file. It's different versions of how you can get your pattern in Markup XP. And there's a whole YouTube channel on Markup XP. And it gives you a lowdown from beginner all the way up into some advanced stages. So you can just have a paper pattern that, I don't know, you bought it and you may have printed it out and you can't find your file. You can actually upload that into Markup XP as well, which is a lot of fun. And it tracks they call it stitches, but it tracks. So as you lay down drills, right? As you lay drills down, you can mark it up that you completed it, and it'll tell you 100 out of 20,000 as complete. You're 1% complete, you're 3% complete, you're 50% complete. It's pretty nice. I like it. And there is like I said, there is a fee for it. It's not that much. I think I paid $19.99 for a year, but it's free for a certain number of days. And I want to say I probably had mine free for 30 days or 40 days, somewhere around there. And then after that point, I had to pay for it. So again, it's a good tool to use. That's what I will be using. But guess what? There's some people out there that like paper. And if you like paper, you can use that as well. Right? And I have a little sneak peek. My daughter back here sneaking in. Okay. So a lot of good stuff, a lot of fun stuff with Markup XP. And again, I'm not a user of Pattern Keeper, but I do have, my husband has an Android. So I think I'm going to go download Pattern Keeper on that one as well, just so I can give some hints on Pattern Keeper. But I know we have a lot of folks in the chat that either stitch, they can probably give us some tips and tricks, but that's what this is all about. So as we have these lives, we're going to talk about some of the tips that we found out as we've been going along in this journey. And as far as the post is concerned, for those that are participating in it, you can come here whether you're participating or not. You might just want to hear the tips and have some fun. But if you are, we're going to throw up that post after the live for you to put in your start photo. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yes, we will have guest speakers. Yes, we will have giveaways, all that good stuff, because we all like that stuff too. I like that stuff too. Most of our giveaways will be surprises. Most of our guest speakers will be surprises, but we're going to have some fun. Again, I'm going to lay out, which I did in this one pager, but I'm going to lay out when we're going to have the lives. There is one I'm going to change because I think I put one out there for next week, but we're going to try and do them every 2 weeks. Although I have a live every Sunday and Tia has lives, we're going to try and talk about a cross stitch conversion every 2 weeks. Give you time to be able to lay some drills. So I'm looking forward to that. And as Tia talked about bling, so for me, the way I do my bling is when I see a picture, the first thing I do is, so when I first saw this picture, I had colors in my head and I had sort of specialty, I'm going to say drills that I wanted to use. I just threw them all into, I have a drawer system. So I threw them all in here for now. I may not use all this, but this is kind of where I want to start, right? And then what I do is, so everything that I think, and I have a YouTube video out there, which I'll link as well, that talks about how I think about the colors. So everything I think I may use, I throw in here. I may not use it all, but then what I do is, as I'm kitting up, which I'm not done with my kit up, and I'm gonna give you guys some tips about that. I'm just about done. But as I do my kit up, I'm thinking about the picture. And the first thing for me that I see that I want to bling is that crown and that dress. So the crown, the dress, and the frog, I'm gonna bling, right away. And I'm gonna try to just stick with that because I can go crazy. Because when I see this, I see stained glass, right? That's what I see. I see stained glass, but I'm not gonna go and do my normal 20, 30 colors. I'm just gonna stick to the dress, the crown, and the frog. That's what I'm gonna bling. And the next live that we have, I'll talk about the colors that I picked for it. I have them in my head. I also want to use sparklers for squares because they are my favorite. But again, this is a white canvas. I've never done it before. So I never used a white canvas. Usually when I'm blinging on a canvas that has a picture on it. So sometimes the background is the color of the drill and you don't see that white. So I'll play around and I'll see how it looks. So the next time in 2 weeks, we'll come back. We'll see how much I get done. But I am pretty excited about this. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to hand it back over to Tia while I go grab my iPad so I can show you guys a few things. And Tia, I'm going to give them some tips about my kit up, some things that I found. Only kitted up probably about 10 or 11 colors, and it's because my brain had to stop because there was something that I did that I got to go back and fix. So I'll be right back. You guys hang tight. So Tia, you take over until I come.
Okay, well, I know that, we are all talking about our patterns. Today is the first day. And so the next step that I'm going to be doing is when I bought my kit did not come with the stickers. Now, Rochelle got her kit, the Princess Tiana. She got that a little while later because she ordered the same canvas that I have, which is the baby lamb. And then she ordered another cross-stitch conversion. When she ordered that second cross-stitch conversion, it came with the label, stickers, everything. So I have to start from scratch. I already labeled up my containers. The next thing I'm just going to put, again, it's 28 colors. So, we can do those real quick and easy. I'm just going to pour them right in. The difference is because there'll be some left, the colors that I do select to actually customize and bling with, those will go like on the side and things like that. So, and I use the label that's big enough to write on so that I can put like what I'm swapping it out for. Now I know that we can get the square labels from Tmall, we can get the round labels and things. I'm just using what I have because I don't want to spend too much. I don't know yet if this is going to be something that's great and I can't wait to do. I had a little mini house, what do they call them? The tiny house fiasco a year or so ago where we all were gung-ho about doing a tiny house. And then we felt like, plumbing and excavating contractors building houses and things. So it didn't go over as well as I had anticipated. And I kind of got a little frustrated. So I didn't want to do too much, spend too much. You guys already know I am a FOMO chick. I will buy something just because I don't want to miss out. And there's nothing wrong with it. I'm here for you guys if we want to start a little support group. Is that what it's called? Miniatures? Okay. It didn't go so well. So I'm going to show you, because she was talking about, how she can use her, you can do the same in Pattern Keeper. It's just that I don't have Pattern Keeper. So here's all my cross stitch projects that you see listed in here and things like that. One of the things I wanted to kind of show you guys, and I'm just picking this one because it's a complete, even though it doesn't say it. Okay, maybe I got to go back and tap it a different way. Here we go. So this one right here is my reindeer. Sorry about that. So, and it shows you, you can kind of zoom in on the projects. I'm just trying to hold this without touching too much, but I'm going to zoom in on the project so that you guys can get an idea of how you can utilize this for a cross stitch conversion or a cross stitch. So, and now I'm going to, let me make it a little bit bigger so that you guys can see what occurs. So you're going to click when you, my finger's clicking, but it's not doing anything. I can't see that from here. All right. I'm trying. Oh, okay. I forgot to turn it on at the top. At the very top, there is a markup symbol. There's a search symbol. and then there's a page zoom. You see those. When it's on markup, that's when you can select your symbols, and you can kind of let the pattern know that you've completed that stitch. So hopefully you're able to see that, the reds. One of the things that I like, when I move over to the chart, when you click info on the bottom, there's prompts across the bottom. When you click info, it tells you your stitches, how much time, all of that. The reason this is funny is because I don't know what I was doing, but this pattern is done. And I used markup. So at some point, I quit. I guess I quit just clicking.
Using it.
I had to have.
What's interesting about markup is you got to hit save, right? If you don't hit save and you go out, you don't keep, with markup. So that's one of the things. But it's actually, it gives you good, I'm a metrics person. It gives you good stats about what you've done, and you can kind of,
correct.
Yeah, so you kind of space out how long it's going to take you to do something based on, if I sit here for an hour and I do X, but I'm not even worried about all that. I'm laid back. I'm just using it because it's a good tracker, and it's a good tool. I think it's pretty cool. And I have about 6 or 7 projects loaded up in it. The monster style I have loaded up in it. I think I was stitching last night because I said I got to put some stitches in there. When I was done, I did 61 stitches. I was like, oh, okay, out there I am. I was getting ready to count them, but it's all right there. So that's what's pretty cool. That's what's pretty cool. And the one thing I wanted to show you guys, so I got my iPad, is the one thing I do when I'm thinking about bling is, and let me move one of my lights. Let me turn it off so you guys can see it. I actually will take a picture of the pattern. That's still too much. I'm gonna move back. I take a picture of the pattern. You can't see it only because of the glare. And I'll circle, you guys can't see it, but I have a circle around what I want to bling. But I mentioned it to you guys, the crown, the dress, and the frog. And then what I do is, based on other things that I've done already, I have combinations of bling that I like, right? So I love pixie dust, but for me, I think pixie dust looks really good up against crystals. So I might pick my pixie dust color first, right? That green dress, I'm definitely going to put, I'm not going to use ABs. I prefer pixie over ABs. I'm definitely going to put pixie in there. And I already got it somewhere around here. I think I picked Pixie 906, Pixie 905, which is a parrot green. But I also like to put crystals around my pixie. So in my crystal, I like to do a contrast color. So although the dress is green, I'm going to put probably a crystal that gives a little bit of yellow and sort of like a cloudy look. So like a 746 AB. And although it might be yellow, because it's next to a green, it's going to have some green hues in it. So that's just how I think about my bling. And if I'm not sure how it's going to look, guess what? I'll take it out. Like here's one that I think I might use. Experiment. I'll go grab a white tray. This is one of Tmaw's. And I'll just pour it out. And oh, this is nice. Look at that. Look, let me tell you guys, I get so excited when I see bling. And I'm going to have her overhead the next time we meet, just so you guys can see down below. But I like this color. So I think this one, oh, this is nice. Oh, guys, I wish you guys could see this. So I'll probably use this spearmint with a crystal and a pixie to give it the depth and the green that I want. And that's just me. That's just how I think about my bling. But I'll do like a little combination in a little section to make sure it looks the way I like. And then once it looks that way, I'll just go for it. And then from looking at this, because it's that Manzano, I'm not going to touch the 310 because I think that's what makes her pictures. So yeah, it makes it pop. I'm going to leave 310. I have 7,700 drills of 310. The majority of this canvas is, I think, 310. And again, I know that because on my legend, when I look at 310, right here, it just says 310. Another tip, this legend here, which is a full sticker sheet, is one big giant sticker sheet, and we got to cut it, you know, how we used to cut the old Diamond Art Club. This is how it looks. And I had to cut the symbol. Tip number 1, there's 2 sheets that came in my box. I got this sheet here, which is the symbol, the DMC, and the name of the color. There's another one that is, let me just move my iPad. Tip number 1 that I need to use with it. And I'm going to tell you why. So this is my tip number 1. This is a separate sheet that came with it that gives you no symbol, just number. Sorry, look over here. Number, DMC, and number of drills. So for 310 is number 4. It is 7,770 is the quantity. So it'll say number, symbol, DMC, and quantity. That's how I know. But I need to marry this sheet with that other sheet that I showed you guys. I got to marry them together because, okay, as I'm kitting up, so I kit it up from here. So I cut it. You know how we do. Cut it, cut. I'm putting it on my bottles, right? Putting it on my bottles. Here they are here. I got all the symbols with the symbols with the DMC only, just symbol and DMC. So now I'm like, all right, let me count my bags of drills. Okay, number 1, number 20. Now I know I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, but I'm like, oh shit, excuse me. Shoot. There's no number on here. Now my brain knows this is 10, this is 20, but I shouldn't have to do that, right? I should be able to look here and say, oh, 22. So I don't have any number on here. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to put the number, which is a sticker sheet as well. It's here on my bottle. I just need it. Some people may not. I just need it. I'm so used to seeing the number, the symbol, and the DMC. I need the number on here. So as I'm going through, I'm like, I need a number.
It's a good idea, especially to call out when you're first starting your project and things. If you're used to working a certain way, we all start to develop our favorites when it comes to, which diamond painting company, we prefer the format of same thing with this, no different. So it's a good way to at least acknowledge at the beginning, yeah, I better go ahead and set it up. That way, it doesn't trip me up while I'm working. You want it to be a fun experience. So if it's something that you believe that you're used to, just get it taken care of in the beginning. That way it's fun and it's not frustrating. Like, I should have done this. I should have done that.
Exactly. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to do it now.
Just to show you guys, since it looks like when I go into my pattern keeper, I didn't do any work. That is the completed picture.
I remember that one.
A couple of them like that. But I guess I get in there and, I lose count and I probably just move over and I'm just using it really to focus on, what that is. Is it a fractional? Is it just an X? Is it a French knot for that square? But yeah, I guess I got to do a better job of saving it. So perhaps that'll be something I'll do now. Just to kind of show you guys some of the coloring. I fell in love with bubbles when they came out. I get the bubbles from DPwithSparklers, and I love the bubbles. So I'm going to obviously try and incorporate some of them. I did steal some tips from Sue. Sue has gotten to the point where, I feel like I've been surpassed. I hadn't been diamond painting because I've been working on the pins, and I come back and I'm a student again. And so these are some of the color seahorse that you'll see me trying to incorporate in because I want to customize and make some of this stuff my own. I can see the sparkle from here. One of my favorites, obviously, is fairy dust. And I have not had an opportunity in quite a while, a couple of years, to use fairy dust to sparkle and, bling up a kit. But I feel like these will all go hand in hand with the canvas. And the last thing is neon grape. So yeah, that's a lot of purple and things like that. So I'm going to look for opportunities to kind of infuse some seafoam. Seafoam would probably closer to being my favorite color, and some oasis. So I'm sorry, wrong one. And just kind of bringing you guys in so you can see. I don't know if you guys are getting the color because of the glare, but that's seafoam. Now there is a purple tinge to it when you're looking at it, when you use it on a canvas, but I think it'll be because of how much white space I have on my photo. I plan to maybe help, incorporate instead of the white background, just something that will bring me some love and then these are oasis.
Nice.
So
And it's all about what you like, right? And you try different things until you come up with something that you like. And I'll tell you, I've been blinging for a bit, even though I could probably only complete 4 or 5 canvases a year. I've been blinging for 2 years now, and I have this thing in my head. It's just when I was young too. As soon as I see a picture, I want to color in a certain color. It doesn't matter what the paint by number says or what the Crayola coloring box has. I want to change the colors, right? I remember when I only had a crayon box that had maybe 24, 30 colors in it, but I would blend colors just to get new colors. And I still feel the same way when I'm actually diamond painting. And it's very interesting because I have like combinations that I like. So some of the things I'll be using as Tia, right? I love matte gold. So I'll be using this quad pearls. I love that look. It may have a little bit of a dull look, but it looks so good next to Sparklers for Squares, right? I also like big bling. I like charms. I think charms look really good when you have a big area that you want to put something different in. And when you look at it, you might not see it coming back, but as you get close, you might see that it's a piece of big bling, but it's really nice. It's really nice. And again, I'm going to attempt, right? So this is Pattern Keeper. As you can see, my project is here. On the other side is here, right? So when I load that up, I'm going to attempt to see if I can put in some of the customization. Did you guys see Majesty in there? Yes, I have a Majesty cross stitch in here. I don't know when I'm going to get to it, but I do have one in here. I'll just show you one thing, because Mutton Nuts, you brought up something that I think is interesting too. I think you can change. I have to take a look, right? This might be by symbol, but I think you might be able to change it to the DMC number. Because some people like to look at just the DMC numbers and not the symbols. I like to look at the symbols, but I need to have the DMC and then the number drill. I don't know why. It's just how my brain works. So I feel like, again, I'm going to go back and do a couple of changes. And I also want to mention, if you're not sure about colors, you can get this from DPwithSparklers as well. It's a color card. And I use it sometimes. I might look and say, all right, hold on. I might want a color that looks a little pinkish, but gives me a little orange. I'll look on there. I'll look on here and try to find something that I like. Then I might go back to looking at a drill. But again, there's a lot of different choices. You don't need a lot. You can have a little bit that can just change, what your picture looks like, can bling it up a bit. You can have 4. I've shown people how to do what I call level 1 of bling, 1 to 3 colors. It's just how you arrange the bling on your canvas. So again, that's one of the reasons why I want to do a cross stitch conversion, because I do a lot of replacements. And I said to myself, why don't I just get a blank canvas, get a pattern, and then I don't have to worry about swapping out. I can just make it mine. But I still like to have the overall theme of the colors the same as the original artist. So a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to have a great time here. But again, it's all about tips and tricks. So you guys, as you're going through, have some tips and tricks. Please let us know. Let us know. How are you, Marla? So yes, Marla says, when I bling, I usually will match color by eye rather than by DMC number. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's very interesting too. So, and Sue Bell's in, she knows I don't look at the color. Well, I shouldn't say I don't look at it. It doesn't matter to me what the color is on the canvas or what the DMC number is. I make it look the way I want to make it look. So something might be green and I want it to look red, so I'll change it to red. And I think that's one of the reasons why my paintings look very different than the original sort of rendering and colors. I just make the colors what I want them to be. So that's me. I love blue. I love the color blue. Now I have a canvas here that's green, but as I was looking at greens, I'm like, oh, Tia, I see why you love greens. Greens look good. Did
you see the picture that Rhonda made for me?
I love it. It's beautiful. Yes. Great Lakes.
It's so beautiful. Mm-hmm. And so just all the different hues of green, the way they came together and the sparkle, oh man, it just makes me so happy. So yeah, I love green.
I know, that's Tia's color. So I got a bunch of hues of greens in my bling to be. Maybe I'll use them, maybe I won't, but there are a few that I know right off the bat, like 913, Metallic Spearmint, Metallic Jade, And hey, I'm gonna pop it all out with pearls for squares. I love gold. Love, love gold. You have a matte gold, and then you have what I call gold. So matte gold is a little bit of a tone down, doesn't have as much shine, and then you have P4S gold. And again, everything I use is from DP with Sparklers. Can't go wrong. You go out there, pick a few things, a lot of fun. If you're not sure what to pick, you can get enhancements. You can also check Tima out on Friday night. She has new products. You can buy one, you can buy two, you can buy whatever you want. But again, I think you just play around with the colors. It becomes like second nature, and I absolutely love it. What you got there, Sue Bell? So let me see. Mutnut says, I have to have the picture printed on the canvas. My brain just will not let me start with a blank canvas. I hear you, Mutnuts. Yep, I'm doing. So Sue says, yep, I'm doing some of that as well, but not at that level that Rochelle does it. Listen to her.
So you see the red that's already been, and I understand what Mutnut is saying, but there is an option where you can click. Yeah, where you can click and you can get the picture so that you're able to see. Obviously, I've done a fourth of this, so I must not be saving my. This is what I was working on at the retreat. Remember?
Oh, that's nice. Yeah,
this is the one.
Nice. I love it.
So, obviously, I'm behind. I must forget to save, but I have to go through and maybe count all of mine out. But there is an option to click the picture and to just have the picture, especially when you're working rows and you've counted, you need 12 in this row and then 12 in the next row. So it's real easy to kind of forget sometimes, and I just go back and drag my finger down. But yeah, Carolyn Manning is my favorite cross stitch artist. I have like probably, just like how I started off with Chuck Pinson and had like 30 something of his. I think I have 33 or 34 of his canvases. I have probably 18 to 20, somewhere around there, of Carolyn Manning. I do like Mirabilia as well, but I love Carolyn Manning. So, I just wanted to make sure that someone that, because it's not printed on the canvas. And if you're someone who enjoys the mystery paintings and things like that, I think you can almost kind of liken this to the mystery diamond paintings. The only problem is, the pattern is not on the canvas, you're creating it. So it should be, in my opinion, a little bit easier to maybe customize, because it's probably very difficult to customize a mystery diamond painting where you're just going by the canvas that's already there. This will at least help you out because you can see the image, especially if you're going to use a digital diamond pattern keeper. So cross stitch pattern keeper. So I definitely, if you love mystery diamond paintings and you want to add a little customization, I think cross stitch conversion is definitely going to be something that'll get you excited. So what do you guys think? Rein in, because I definitely got a lot of people that were asking questions about it. Again, my son, he was just in here. He had a lot of questions, and we were, prepping with him, just kind of showing him things. So he was supposed to be coming back, but he did have to start getting ready for work. But again, those are some of the things that he was asking about is the canvas. He had a lot of questions on the canvas. He liked the squares, the grids. So again, our blank canvas came from Jaded Gem Shop. There are others out there. I'm sure you guys have looked into High Ed. That's Heaven and Earth Designs. And they started doing conversions a few years ago, where you can get the canvas and things like that. Obviously, you can go online. Drills USA is where you can start to buy your own, like resin, the regular drills and things. And then obviously DP with Sparklers for your bling. There's another bling company. I forget her name.
Yeah, it's the one that Rebecca uses, right?
Correct. And so, I think her name is Alicia.
Yes.
I just don't know the name of her company, but obviously wanting to make sure you guys are aware that there are a lot of options when it comes to where to get your canvas. They do sell them at the I've seen them in Joann's and Michael's, but I'm pretty sure they probably have them at Hobby Lobby as well. So and then Diamond Dots is a line that so they have the blank canvases that you can get. They also have I think I put too much light in. But they also have the diamonds you can buy from Joann's. I had some of those. So I wanted to test them out. So, and I put them away. Um,
And that's
they
right. There
have,
are many places. Yep, there are many places you can get bling from.
yeah. So I took the labels off because they were bulky, but these are the diamonds that you can get from Joann's. They are made by Diamond Dots. You would probably have to go on Facebook to some of the diamond painting groups to get the conversion charts and things. Um, I do find that the sparkle is not as much. I did a comparison of,
Mhm.
with DP with Sparklers a few years ago, and their sparkle is a little duller. I like it bright and shiny. It's a little duller than it is with DP with Sparklers.
And as we wrap up, yes, Francesca Studios is another place where you can get, I think, bling from as well. I think she sells drills as well. Jaded Gem Shop. You got Francesca Studios. You have, I want to call it, I'm trying to think of the company that Rebecca's affiliated with. I'll get it. I'll put it in the Facebook group as well. You have DP with Sparklers, and you have, because I bought drills from that company way back when I was doing one of Rebecca's events. I don't want to say Diamond Painting USA. It's something else, but we'll put that out there. So there's a lot of different options. The last thing I want to say is I have an A2 light pad that I work on when I'm in the bling lab. But for this one, because yes, I don't like when I have that light on and then your Diamond Drills USA. Thank you, Robin. That's it. Diamond Drills USA. That's the company. So there is I don't like when I turn a light pad on if my canvas is not covering the whole light pad. I get all that light. So I'm going to be using, I think this is an A5 or an A6. I think it's an A5, and it is perfect because when I put it here, it goes right across. It's perfect. It is perfect for this. It's the exact shape of the grill.
Yeah.
So it's about from here to here. So I'm going to be using this light pad here as I work through my canvas. So I want to thank all of you. A lot of fun stuff to come. I will make sure we won't have this stumbling the next live we have, because I'll make sure I put them out there, and I put them out there. I think what I did was I scheduled on YouTube, but I like scheduling through StreamYard a little bit better. So what I will do is this will probably be uploaded right away. I'll go back in, I'll change the description, I'll link all the different places we've talked about, as well as a couple other things in there. So I hope you guys will join the Facebook group. I linked that in there. That's that Bling It Up. Join the Facebook group. I'm going to start a chat in the Facebook group. I think I already put it out there this morning. That's specifically for this event here. Post your questions if you have anything. If you have any tips that are great, put them in there as well. Listen, every idea is a good idea. Every question is a good question. All right. I learn something new every day, and that's because every question is a good question. So if I have a question, I'm definitely going to ask it. Again, thank you guys for showing up. I know Shay goes live at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard for me. So I want to make sure that we end in good enough time where you guys can jump over to her channel if you follow her. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to ask if you guys have any questions for us. I'll hand it over to Tia, and then we'll wrap it up. Any questions? Yes, Day's Dream. Thank you, Anita. Day's Dream. So Debbie Day, she sells drills as well. So I'll link that as well. I'll put that in the description as well. I'll try to put as many places as I know. And please feel free, spread the love. Spread the love. Just because I get my sparklers from one place doesn't mean that's where you have to get yours from. So spread the love. All right.
Yeah, no, in closing, just all the encouragement and a lot of fun, guys. Make sure that you're taking the opportunity once these chats open to kind of share your progress, keep one another motivated. One of the other things that we had talked about when we first came up with it is, we didn't want it to be too restrictive and things. We wanted just an event to where we had a lot of focus on fun, answering one another's questions. One of the things that we had so much fun with at the retreat in our Stitchy Talk was, kind of like she said, marrying some of the older techniques versus some of the newer techniques. Surprising enough, there were people who used a lot of the newer techniques that were like, well, how did you guys do this? I didn't think about that. Let me try this. So there were some people who were using some of the Pattern Keeper projects, and they were asking about paper and thinking that it might be handy. There was a big discussion on hoops and things like that. How do you guys use it? How do you stitch in hand? So same thing in the reverse. You know, if there's something that you're doing with your diamond painting and how you diamond paint that we may not be aware of, release papers, things of that nature. We do still want to protect the glue that's on the canvases. So keep your questions coming and, you know, have an open forum so that we're all able to kind of, you know, learn from the experience. Rochelle just came, she's a little advanced if you ask me. She
No.
just came into cross stitch. She does, you guys know, sweets, Ryan, you know how I feel about fractionals. She does fractionals with no issues, no problems, and she's very new to it. So because of that, you know, again, marrying new versus old, how can I better embrace, you know, fractionals, shadowing, you know, 1/2, 2/, that those are things that, you know, are new and concepts that are hard to grasp sometimes. And she just embraced them, you know, extremely well. So let's see how this goes. This marrying of cross stitch into
Yes.
diamond painting. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Excellent. So thank you, Tia. Thank you, everyone. This will be going up on YouTube very shortly. So have a good rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you the next time. Bye.
Hey guys.